Good morning, John Augustine here again. The year 2017, some of the events. Um, Brussels on the 23rd of February, uh, 2017. Mr. Enda Kenny, the Taoiseach stroke Prime Minister, speaking in Brussels, uh, he asked the British government to allow for reunification of Ireland and the Good Friday Agreement, because it's a failed political entity up there. There's always trouble. And this is unfortunate business with Britain, causing division in any country that they ever colonial colonial powers in, and all the rest of it. The best thing was for them to say, kiss Northern Ireland goodbye. And whether Northern Ireland want to be in a federal system within Ireland, having some administration, for them, it might be a different kettle of fish, but that they would be more concerned with this country than Britain. And those ones that mightn't be too happy with that from the union's point of view, perhaps go over and then settle in Britain, and then they might be happy, as they were originally planted here, the same as other ones, but the other ones disappeared. But in the north of Ireland, they didn't. They were from Scotland, which is quite a peculiar place in many ways, with an anti-Catholic agenda, as far as I'm concerned. Um, that has nice scenery, but the political establishment needs a lot to be desired in that neck of the woods. So that's what he said. And then on the 1st of March, what does he do and the government do? Travellers. They recognised him as an ethnic minority. Now, that's a very peculiar thing to my way of thinking. They are Irish, first of all, and I can't for the life of me see that business. They're well looked after, as far as I see, and I wouldn't agree with that attitude, to be honest with you. They're Irish citizens, and there's nothing special about them. To my way of thinking, they choose that life for one reason or another. I'd say they were probably Irish and displaced from their homes and travelled the country, and but they didn't want to leave the country during the British. I have a feeling that's how it come about, but we don't hear that in a business. I know when there's funerals, they very much support funerals and attend and sometimes then have celebrations and a bit of trouble breaks out. But nonetheless, they have a strong Catholic faith, as far as I know, and I hope to have. But whenever this Fine Gael government does, I suspect they treat people all the same, with respect, not just travellers, Irish people. Um, and it was hailed by President Higgins, ex-Labour Party, not exactly a practicing Catholic, and this social, this idea, and this word, treat people with all people with respect, is my view. Now, on the 3rd of March 2017, baby homes. They claim to have found babies, human remains, and blaming the nuns. A bit like Canada, where one of their indigenous anti-Catholic bigots made allegations of remains where there was people looking after abandoned children, giving them an education. Pope Francis went over and apologised, and an examination of this place where there was supposed to be all these, there was no evidence. But in the meantime, harm had been done to the Catholic faith, the Catholic Church, and the Pope apologised for something that there was no evidence. But did that news get the same publicity that the false narrative got? Not at all. Did anybody apologise? You must be joking. They don't know the meaning of the word. But that little squirt that's the Prime Minister or wherever he is in Canada causes such trouble. I'd want to apologise, and likewise Pope Francis for apologise for something that didn't happen. And the same thing here. There's been evidence that it's false. And that the county council had something to do with it. But they called me county councillor, the crowd that abolished prayers that they used to say at the council meetings. Are they pro-Catholic? Are they respectful of that? Not at all. This was supposed to be in tune. False. Books have been written describing it as false. But if you have an agenda, truth is not something that you accept. And Mr. Enda Kenny has a lot to answer for because he attacked the Catholic Church, and Gilmore, the Labour Tánaiste, closed the Irish embassy to the Vatican. The Vatican that recognised our independence when nobody else did for a good bit. Yeah. He closed it to his eternal shame. It was reopened, but the harm wasn't done. They didn't have much luck for it, and they will never have luck for it. My way of thinking. Can't do things like that. And this business of baby homes, look what they're doing, killing the innocent themselves. There was none of that when the nuns and others were looking after people that are abandoned, getting an education. But they'll always get somebody to make allegations against the ones that they give them shelter and employment in the laundries, attacking them as well. When nobody got any help, these people got help, and they were very glad of it. I happened to visit one with my aunt, who was a nun in Sean McDermott Street, and I saw the great good that was done. But this crowd is anti-Catholic. And look at the way they are now. Yeah. They got a wake-up call when people voted no. I'd love to hear another referendum about the killing of the innocent. Show the little. Here it is again. There's the feet of a 10-year-old child. It's only a 10-week-old baby in the womb. Look at the lovely feet. This is that marvellous person, Bernadette Smith, the great pro-life advocate in the north of Ireland. I had a pleasure of meeting her at a conference, and I'm going to be showing that every chance I get. The feet of a 10-year-old. We were all like that in our mother's womb. God, those years ago, bless them. Bless our mothers. We love them. And we love to see the way they bring the children into the world. Is this doll any? It is happy looking with their pro-abortion stance and their pro-this and that and the other, killing the vulnerable and God knows what, the gender. No, not a very happy looking place as far as I can see. I know. I'd be doing the prayer time. So, collecting prayers right now. Bye now.